Alright, I'm going to show you how to use EnCase 7.10 to data carve some files. So, alright, let's watch. I'm going to first of all click on the new case icon here. Alright, underneath there, I'm going to give it a name. I'm going to call this a test case. Okay? Now, it's going to ask me where to put the backup. I really don't care what you put it. You can leave it on your C drive. You can put it anywhere you want. Actually, my H drive has a lot of room. So I'm going to put it over there. Okay? I'm also going to put the evidence cache there as well. Hopefully it lets me find out. And backup location. You don't want everything on my H drive because I got plenty of room. Okay, that's all you really need to do at this point. Yeah, I know. Allowed on the same drive, yes. Yes, allowed on the same drive, yes. Do it all. Okay, so it's going to create it all. Alright, now I have my case here. Now what we need to do is we need to add some evidence to it. Okay. Now when I click the add evidence, I get a lot of options. I can connect a local drive, a network drive, but for this project we're actually going to be using a raw image. Okay. What a raw image is basically a thumb drive that I image. So it's a raw image. So I'm going to click raw image. Now I happen to have one from a couple semesters ago, so I'm going to dump it right in here. There it is. It's called Lab 2 Image Spring 12. Okay? I'm going to say OK to it. Alright, now my image comes in. Now, what we need to do is process this evidence. Okay? Now my window is kind of small, that way it's easy for you all to see. But what we do here is we say process. Come on. Alright, then the case processor comes up. I'm going to try to keep it inside the window so you can see it. Now, in the case processor, you can do a lot of things. Okay? Actually, you know what? I'm going to stop that for 1 second and make sure I select it. Then I'm going to go over here and do process again. Didn't know if I selected it or not last time. Alright, so when the case processor comes up, I can do all kinds of stuff. I can rig over folders, I can do hash analysis, I can find emails, find internet artifacts. None of that's needed for this one. So I'm going to leave them unchecked. You can check them. It'll just slow it down a little. So I'm going to leave them undone. Now also we could do a text search. We could look for personal information. I mean, you can click on each one of these and it'll tell you. And you can look for credit cards. You can look for all kinds of stuff. Okay. But I'm going to leave that undone because it's not needed for this project. Now under modules, you have some options in here. System info. Again, you can click on each one and find out what you're looking for, okay? Like maybe want to find AOL instant messaging, stuff like that. I can even find Unix logins. But for this one, I'm interested in the file Carver, okay? So when you click on file Carver, now I've already done this. That's why there's a bunch of them already checked. But under file types, you'll see tons of them, okay? For instance, let's see, archives. I could actually tell it to look for 7-zip archives. I don't want any of those this time. I can tell it to look for documents. I can tell it, let's see, I want to look for, let's see, I want a Microsoft Word file. Okay. What else do I want? I want Microsoft Office. Okay. What else do I want? Okay, that's probably enough there. I can go to charts. So you can pretty much select over here and it'll give you all that. There are no emails. I do want presentations. So you see it's going to get me my PowerPoints. It's going to get me my spreadsheets. There's no Lotus, no sense in looking for those. So you can select that. Now you can continue on down and to get to pictures. Now with pictures, you can go in and say, you know what? Wow, you can have all kinds of, there's GIF, there's JPEGs. I already selected those. There should be TIFFs. There's just lots of different formats that you can add. You can actually even add your own. Okay. So I'm just going to keep JPEGs, GIFs, and TIFFs selected. Now I want to search excuse me, unallocated space. The reason is this drive has been deleted and then formatted, so there's no file allocation table, no one telling, or no way to find out where the stuff is. It's just on the drive. So that's what unallocated means. Okay. If you have a drive that hasn't been formatted and you just want to search through the existing files, then just do search all files and uncheck this one. Okay. But I want to search unallocated, and file slack is the space at the end of the file. I talked about it in another recording, so I won't do it here. But select or search unallocated we don't need HTML either. So I'm going to say next. And it says, hey, you got quite a few selected. This could take a while. I know, but it's only a 12 meg file, so it won't take long. I'm going to say finish. Okay, so that's all fixed. I got my file carver option, and the cool thing is it tells you right here what it's going to search for. Okay, it's not going to get HTML files, but it will get GIFs and TIFFs and Excel, and you notice I didn't select PDF and all that you need to. Okay. I'm going to say okay, and that is going to say unprocessed, and we're going to give it a minute here. Okay, now if I go in, hold on, let me go to, come on. I need to go to the case processor. If I can get the right button there, it is the case processor. Okay. So you'll see. It's acquired, but it's on hold. Actually, oh, that's the other one I did. Can I remove that one? Yeah. Yeah, we want to remove this one. We don't want that one anymore. Okay. So we got this first one. It's unassigned to a processor. And I actually had a very big issue with this earlier. You'll see it's on hold. The way I fixed it was I clicked on Q, and it queued it, and then it automatically started. Okay, you'll see it's now preparing, and down here it says processing. So if it says on hold, just click on Q. That puts it into the queue, and then basically it starts processing. You'll see now it's running, and you'll see down here processing disk image. Okay, and it's done. Now you can actually go up here. And you'll see that it is now completed. Now this bottom section is all about your processor nodes. I'm using my local machine, obviously, but I could actually be using distributed processing. What I could do is I could add remote processors. Maybe you got a whole collection of rooms somewhere with a bunch of machines running. So you can add remote processors to speed this up. Okay. So now this is all processed. So now we need to look at it. So if I go up here to View Records, you'll see I have some evidence records. I can go into the file carver. Actually, let me go back in case you missed that. Under records, there's my disk image. Inside of evidence processor, I have file carver entries. There's my file carver disk image. Remember, we selected unallocated space. So there's a bunch of stuff. So what it did for us is it went out and extracted a bunch of pictures. Quite a few. Now I'm on gallery view, which makes it show a lot of pictures. Okay, I could also click on timeline. If it knew when the file was created, it would need a file allocation table for that, but if it did, it would show items in here. Okay, you can also go table view, that will show you the names. Okay, and you can sort by whatever. Now I have it sorted. You can sort by name, you can sort by extension, you can sort by anything you want. Okay. Now I'm going to click on a couple items here. Now you'll notice there's a whole bunch like documents. There's a lot of them. There's quite a few GIFs. Okay. Now this is not the image you're working with, and you look at the bottom here. You see this is an old image. Now not all of them are going to show you, but a lot of them will. So you can go through here and see all this stuff. Okay. Wow, there's a ton of JPEG. Okay. Now under PowerPoints, here's the one I wanted to show you. Now under PowerPoints, you notice they're all 4096. That's not the ones you want. Keep scrolling down. And naturally, this is not going to happen. Well, heck. The image you're going to be working with, we'll put those in order a little bit easier for you. Just click on the largest ones, and that'll solve that whole problem for you. Yeah, naturally, this one didn't. Because this is an old image. You're not using this one anymore. I just did it just to show you an example, but I'm wondering, can I get one of the documents to work? Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to select some of these documents. I'm gonna select some of the documents. I don't know which ones. I don't even know if any of these are actually any good. I didn't play with them this time. Then I'm going to right in here and go to entries, and I'm going to copy files. Okay, I'm going to pause while I do this because I'm going to look at them, see if we have any good ones, and I'll come back. Oh, I forgot to tell you, but when I did, actually, let me do that again. I selected them. I did entries, copy files. Now I'm going to do selected files. And this guy's being, do you want to do logical files, entire file, RAM and disk space, RAM select only. See, it's hard to do the physical file because it's not really a file, okay? But just select logical file and you'll be fine. And where you want to put them, the maximum size, and I'm going to put them. Actually, I can show you this too. Won't hurt nothing. It's in this folder. It's in this folder. It's in this folder. It's in this folder. It's in this folder here. Say open destination folder, and it's now copy them out. And I'll come back in a second. Oh, real quick here, I forgot to show you this. When you do the documents, make sure you have the word 2007 through 2010 selected. You'll need that. Alright, the image I'm using is a sample. It's kind of corrupt a little bit on the document, so I'm not going to be able to show you those, but I will show it with the graphics, and I know they work in the new image because I've already done it this morning. Well, back under View Records, remember we did Records, and then we did into the file Carver. You can see all the items in here. Okay, now we need to put these into a report. So what I'm going to do is, let's see, I'm going to take this picture. Actually, I'm going to take a couple of them. I want all these pictures right here. Then I'm going to right click on them and say bookmark. And I'm going to bookmark the selected items. And I'm going to call this bookmark JPGs. Okay, easy enough. Okay, I'm going to say okay. Now I'm going to unselect those. I'm going to cruise on down here to the bottom, and you'll see I should have some TIFFs down here. Oh, they're not any good either. Well, hell. So this image is not the best image. Where's my GIFs? No, we got some GIFs. Oh, I didn't select GIFs either. Darn it. Oh, well, we're just going to have JPEGs in this example. There's the GIFs I saw them. Right there. Okay. So now we got some GIFs. Okay, so I'm going to select a few GIFs. And I'm going to right hand click on these. And I'm going to do bookmark. And I'm going to say selected items. I'm going to call it GIFs. Alright. So now those are added. Okay, not all of them are good. You see, obviously the last one's no good, but the rest are. Now, under View, if I go View Bookmarks, you'll see I can see all kinds of stuff. If I had gone through and search for emails and stuff like that, they would be in here, but they're not. Oh, I didn't. Well, I'll show you the GIFs, JPEGs first. Okay. Remember the JPEGs I put in here? There's my pictures. There's my GIFs. I actually put the GIFs underneath the JPEGs, but I can take this and drag this up here. Okay. Now I'm going to select these two, and I'm going to say, where's it at? Where's it at? Come on, report. Add folder to report. Okay. And I'm going to call this pictures. Okay. And now I'm going to say okay or next. And I want to preview my report. Okay. So when you look at my report, you'll see we actually have the graphics. Yay, so it worked. Okay, so finish. Now under reports, I can do view report. And there's my report. And inside here, you'll see my graphics. Isn't that pretty? Okay. And I'm pretty sure you can save as right there. And you can save as a PDF file, save it somewhere, and then you can submit it. So that's how you do it in EnCase. This is EnCase 7.10. It's a little different than 6 if you watched my 6th video, but it does work. Again, I'm going to recap real quick exactly what I did. I took my evidence, okay, so let me close this out. Close out records, close out all this stuff, okay. Under evidence, I'm going to go to process manager. Well, they've already been processed, so okay, under evidence, there we go. Under evidence, I'm going to right hand click on this guy and do process evidence. And that's where I got the little pop-up here. That's where I went through the modules area and I selected all the different stuff. Remember, under the file Carver, you can select all the stuff you want. Like maybe you want Adobe PDF. Just make sure when you're doing like the documents, you select were 2007 through 2010, because I'm pretty sure those are the only ones that I have on there, so you can actually leave off the rest of those. Okay. And I don't think there's any charts in there, so you can leave those off. So you can actually leave off quite a bit of stuff. Presentation, those are good, and spreadsheets, those are good as well. But you can look through here. You can select all kinds of items. Now under pictures, you're going to need all the same formats. You can need JPEG, GIF, PNG, all that stuff. So make sure you select those, and you can say next, next. It's going to process. Now if it does come up here and says on hold, remember hit the Q button. And remember if it said, where was it at? It's not in this window, it's in the process manager window. If it comes up here, it says it's on hold, just hit Q. That means add it to the queue. And then it'll start running, and then you're good. Then you just, click on it and do your stuff. So it's not a big deal. So, all right. Hope this is helpful.